Medieval times, when problem-solving meant two things, a muzzle for your wife's opinions and a spiky coffin for your enemies. Civilization.
Introducing the Scold's Bridle. Do you have a wife, neighbor, or a random woman with an opinion? Ew, gross. Let's shut that down with a handcrafted medieval muzzle of shame. Now available in iron, rust, and a healthy dose of patriarchy. So, what is this thing? The Scold's Bridle, also known as a brank, was basically an iron mask with a metal plate that went into your mouth. No, not for dental hygiene. It was to stop you from talking. Because obviously, if someone's complaining, the best solution is to shove metal in their mouth, right? Please don't try this at home, or ever. These were mostly used on women labeled as scolds. What's a scold? Back then, it meant a nagging woman, which in medieval dude language basically translated to, "She disagreed with me once." Here's how it went down. They'd clamp the mask over your head, lock it, and that nasty little plate inside pressed down on your tongue. Sometimes it even had spikes. Yes, spikes. Because nothing says justice like a mouth kebab. Then you'd be paraded through the streets as everyone pointed and laughed. Oh, medieval humor. Look, she spoke out about unfair taxes. Ha ha ha, get the iron muzzle. This wasn't just about silencing gossip. It was about control. Women who challenged social norms were punished publicly. And honestly, this says more about the fragile egos of medieval nun than it does about the women wearing these iron grills. I mean, imagine being so insecure that your solution to criticism is, quick, get the medieval Hannibal Lecter mask. Did it stop gossip? Maybe for the person wearing it, but did it stop everyone else from talking about how ridiculous it looked? Absolutely not. Gossip probably tripled. Like, hey, did you see Mildred in the bridal today? She looked fabulous. Iron is so her color. Okay, jokes aside, the Scold's Bridle is an important reminder about how far we've come and how far we sometimes still have to go. It shows how societies have historically silenced people, usually women, for speaking out. Thankfully, today we have slightly better ways to handle disagreements, like blocking people on social media. Progress! Tired of just silencing people? The Iron Maiden offer the forever solution. In the Middle Ages, supposedly, had a torture device called the Iron Maiden. No, not the band. Sorry, metalheads.
Yo, Iron Maiden, you guys in there?
Not banned!
Relax, bro. You're not on stage. You're in a medieval timeout box.
This Iron Maiden was basically a human-sized coffin with spikes inside. Think of it as a medieval hug machine, except instead of comfort, you got puncture wounds. Nothing says romantic era like a closet that tries to kill you.
I want a special hug.
Sure. Step inside this. It gives the sharpest kind of love.
So, what was this intimidating hunk of metal? Picture a tall coffin that opens up like a wardrobe. Inside, spikes everywhere. Supposedly, you'd shove someone inside, slam the doors, and boom, surprise acupuncture session. But not the relaxing spa kind, more like the oops, I'm bleeding from 20 places kind. Now, let's play along and pretend it actually was used. You get shoved inside, doors slam, spikes press into you. Not deep enough to kill you instantly, just enough to keep you alive, in pain, regretting every decision. Imagine slowly bleeding out, maybe suffocating, maybe screaming for mom. Basically, the medieval version of being stuck in an Uber with your ex, except sharper. Here's the thing, even if nobody actually used it, the idea of the Iron Maiden was terrifying. It became the symbol of how we picture the Middle Ages. Dark, cruel, brutal. And honestly, at that time didn't need extra help looking scary. People already had to deal with plagues, endless wars, and let's be real, no deodorant. So the legend of a giant spiky coffin just fit right in. It's basically medieval horror storytelling, the kind of bedtime story that made kids pray twice as hard. Here's the thing. The Middle Ages didn't even need scary devices to be creepy. People thought comets were omens, witches were everywhere, and sneezing could be a death sentence. Imagine living in a world where your neighbor blames a bad harvest on your haircut. Yeah, life itself was basically a horror movie without good lighting. So, was the Iron Maiden real? Maybe, maybe not. But real or not, it became legendary. It made the Middle Ages sound scarier, it made history books add extra drama, and of course it gave heavy metal bands a killer name. So next time you see one in a museum, remember this. Whether or not it ever stabbed anyone, it did stab its way into our imagination. So there you have it, from silencing women with metal muzzles to legendary spiky coffins. Medieval problem solving when subtlety was definitely not an option. See you!